Hey, what's going on, guys? So moving on with the lessons, now we're actually entering the next section, and that section is going to be designated and based around keyframes, and overall we're going to kick it off with a explanation, and overall just giving you guys a little bit more information into the way I see keyframes and the general purpose that they serve within Premiere Pro. Now, keyframes are essentially our way of actually telling the program, hey, Premiere, track what I'm about to do. Keep track of this right here. It's important, and I want to make sure that you actually keep track of the parameters changing and the variables that I'm about to shift. So, for example, just to give you a hands-on practical example, this shot right here is a shot of me just walking along by the river or whatever, right? But the thing is, I might want to zoom this shot in, or I might want to start it, for example, on a 150 scale and have that actually be zooming into 100. So hypothetically speaking, if I wanted to have it at 150 scale at 0 seconds, but then I wanted it to be, let's say, 100 scale at 3 seconds, I've already put 150 there at 0. If I were to put 100 here at 3, it obviously hasn't tracked any of that movement. It's just done that as one set scale change instead of doing what I wanted it to do in my head. And that would have been track that so that it ends up at 3 seconds at 100 scale, but at 0 seconds is at 150 scale to create the illusion that it's zooming out. And that's where the keyframes come into, because the keyframes essentially are telling that program, hey, pay attention, I'm about to change this right here, and I need you to actually track this for me. So for example, if we were to go back to 3 seconds and just go ahead and actually toggle animation on, aka creating a keyframe, that is going to tell our program right now that at 3 seconds on the dot, this image is at 100 scale. Likewise, any of the other parameters, if we were to put the position toggle animation on here at 3 seconds, it's going to tell it at 3 seconds, this is 1920 by 1080 right here, okay? So likewise, if we were to then go to 1 second, or 0 seconds rather, and change that to 150, because we've already told the program that at 3 seconds is at 100, now that that's still on, obviously, here, if it's 150, it has to create, and when we play it, you'll see all these numbers change, but it has to create this parameter change between these two keyframes that we've actually told, because at 0 seconds it's 150, and at 3 seconds it gets to 100. Likewise with the position, okay, because we haven't changed that, it obviously has yet to come up with another keyframe because it is the same all the way. But if we were to actually go in here and just go ahead and drag this maybe down a little bit down here, so it starts here and it even starts over here to the left, because we've just changed that and we have our keyframes on, it is going to zoom up from the left because it knows that down here it is located at 2845 by 592, but at 3 seconds it's at 920 by 1080 because we told it to keep track of those parameters via the keyframes. And that, I believe, is a good explanation to you guys of keyframes. They are essentially how you would tell the program, hey, pay attention, we need these changes to the parameters that I'm about to perform to be tracked, so that it is not just one overall change, and that we actually capture the buildup here of us changing all these little parameters in between.